Hi there, here's a short video on how to get your talking drum ready to play. The Yoruba talking drums, which I sell on my website. If you're not used to these drums or you don't have the background for them, there's a few things you need to do before you actually start playing them. So this video is on how to prepare yourself to play the talking drum, the Nigerian, the Yoruba talking drum. Okay, so first thing is the skin. If it's a brand new drum, I'm just going to hold this one like this for a minute. If it's a brand new drum, it could sound like that with a fairly high tone, medium high tone. That's when this thing is relaxed. This is a played in drum. It's got a low sound. That's how you need it to sound before you start. You imagine you're going to do the splits or do some exercise. You've got to stretch before you do that. If you don't stretch these drums and you just start playing it while the skin is tight, you're going to break it. Same as if you try and do the splits, you're going to hurt yourself. So they should all have a sort of string necklace around the middle of the wood here, to which there should be attached a piece of string. Okay, that piece of string has a number of uses, but we're going to just use it now for getting the thing stretched. So how I do it, I normally hold it as I'm putting the string around, squeezing it as I'm putting the string around, and when it comes back around again, if I can just do it, pull it tight like this. I'm going to do this down here, up here, sorry. Put it tight, and I'm going to tuck in this little knot here so it just holds on like that. And I'll leave the drum like that for maybe half an hour, could be longer. And what I'm doing is I'm stretching both skins. Eventually, once you loosen it, it should then sound. I've got another one here that's been played in. Yeah, so it sounds dead tone. That's what you want. There's nothing wrong with your drum if it just sounds like that. That's how it's supposed to sound, because you're going to now stretch it. So there's two kinds of straps that will come with these drums. There's the traditional leather strap, there's the cloth strap. Okay, I prefer the cloth, but let's have a look at this one here. This leather strap here, you have to decide. You can change which side you play, but it's best if you decide on which one is your front skin, which is your back skin. And I tend to make it shorter here than on the back skin, slightly longer there. That helps if you're tilting the drum slightly. And you put it on over your opposite arm from the one that you're going to be playing with. I've seen some people try and insist on putting it over this way, but that's not how we play the drum. So get used to it going over this shoulder, even if you feel like it might slip off. We're going to have a look at that. And basically you need it tight enough, this leather, make sure it's strong leather. It's got a knot tying it together here, these two pieces. Tight enough so that it's under your armpit, right under your armpit. This one here, if anything, is a bit on the loose side, but that'll do for me for now. Okay, so that my arm will go down and squeeze the drum. If it's too loose, it's going to be harder to play. You're going to get cramps in your arm as well. If it's too tight, then you'll just be squeezing it too much. You can even break the drum that way too. So make sure you've got the right length for your strap. Let's have a look at the cloth strap, which is the one I said I prefer. This one, when you put it on, you want it so that it's actually a little bit loose, just immediately like that. And the reason for that is because we twist the cloth so that it grips. So when I hold it like this, I'm going to twist it away from me, like that. So really twisting it tight, and then put my arm through, and it should grip. It should grip like that. Very comfortable, I find it. I can change different kind of clothes and I'll adjust the strap. Whereas if we've got the leather strap, it's just the same thing. Okay, so I prefer this one. And also when you play for a long time, you sweat a lot, so it's nice to have something that's soft like that. Okay, so you're now going to put this hand, the thumb, just at the back here, where the strap meets the drum. That means if you've put the strap on yourself, make sure the string that you've used or the leather is soft, because your thumb is going to be resting here. Otherwise your thumb will be really uncomfortable, it will hurt. Okay, and your hand goes down across like this. And we're going to be using that hand later on, but for this first lesson, just get used to putting your hand in this kind of unusual position if you're not used to it. Yeah, like this. The good talking drummers I know actually have short fingers, I have to say. So us long-fingered people, we have to make sure our fingers are slightly out of the way. We find all various positions, which we can look at another time. Okay, but your hand is out of the way. The purpose of this hand is to play the complements, to deaden the skin, and obviously for certain drum rolls. But for now, it's a resting place like that. Okay, so you have to get used to squeezing like this. Let's have a look at the stick. Oppa is the stick here. Okay, you should make sure that this stick, you're holding it loose, not like really loose, but there should be some relaxed motion, because a lot of the motion is going to come from the wrist. It comes from down your arm obviously, but from the wrist, and you want to be playing it not kind of like this or anything, although there's some funky styles you can do. Really, you want to have it underneath. Sorry, I'm kind of, you can just about see, yeah, crossing your body slightly, not too badly like that, but just so that you're in a down position like that with the stick to the drum, and you're aiming in the middle. If you find that you're not hitting the middle, you must be looking. Just don't be afraid to look, because this is when you break the drum. 9 out of 10 drums that come to me for reskinning, there's the hole there, because they've just hit it in the side. I mean, things happen, but it's best if you aim at the middle as much as you can. Okay, so the next thing is, let's look at squeezing it. If you're going to play this drum properly, you need to be very disciplined with your pitch, because we use it to speak proverbs, to play nice rhythms that have tone. So if you imagine a singer who can't sing in tune, the drum is just going to kind of be all over the place. So you need to practice the 3 main tones we have in Yoruba language, obviously 3 tones, do, re, mi, and put your timer on, your stopwatch, and play do, re, mi, as a rhythm to see what your success rate is. You should be aiming for at least 70% bang on the pitch. So it shouldn't be do, re, mi, it should be do, re, mi. Yeah, and also don't be afraid to squeeze tight to find your highest note. You have to get to know your drum that way. Okay, so making sure your stick is loose. This is when you'll find out if your strap is not on correctly as well. And the other thing is, be careful to keep your body as even as possible, because I know a lot of people tend to start leaning and that when they're squeezing. That's going to upset your balance and your ability to play. So you have to be quite strong. There's a lot of silent energy going on at the back here when you're squeezing. Yeah, that's where you're aiming to squeeze, just there. That's the beginning of it. You have to be comfortable with that before you can begin to play. If you're finding this position really bad, for now, you can just put your hand underneath like this. But you'll find that's a kind of funny thing to be doing the whole time. You see people do it occasionally, but not the whole time. So that in itself, you have to master getting the skin stretched, knowing what it should sound like before you should start playing it, getting the strap on very comfortably. There's no excuse. If it keeps falling off, you need to make a way of getting it so it holds on and you focus on the drumming. And then thirdly, getting your hand in a comfortable position so you're used to this. And your other hand, your playing hand with the stick, is in a comfortable position. And you can start doing double notes, you know, rather than needing to go like that. You can go. You can actually strike it a lot with this one hand. I think after you get that, you're ready to start doing some more complicated rhythms, but definitely the do, re, mi, that's lesson 1. Okay, I hope that was useful.